Hello, Petronet. It is I, Unknown MBT, with another profile. Whoa! I didn't know what to do. I threw around a couple ideas, and for some reason, this apparently worked out of everything else. Apparently, every other deck I tried is horrible, but Garzett's. So today, we're playing Garzett, or I'm showing off Garzett. So recently in the, actually, it isn't even released yet in the upcoming set, uh, Burst Rex, whatever it might be, we are getting a bit of Garzett support. Whoa! In that being God Maju Garzett, which is basically a 3 tribute version of Garzett, and of course the Skull or Math Skull monsters. Whoa! Which support Garzett. So the entire strategy based around this deck is pretty much bring out God Maju Garzett and bring out Great Maju Garzett, and then punch your opponent until they die. That is basically it. So the very unique thing about Maju Garzett is that if you do tribute 3 monsters, it does gain an additional 800 attack. Usually that doesn't really matter too much, but it is just pretty much a big number deck. One of the main things you can do with it is to use Multilpy Skull, who's treated as 2 tributes for a Dark Fiend monster with 0 attack and 0 defense, which would be God Maju Garzett. You can also play the level 7 version, which requires 2 tributes. It was a little bit too off for what I was trying to do in this deck. But yeah, you can use Multilpy Skull and one other monster, and then that counts as 3 tributes, giving you an additional 2600 from Skull alone, and then whatever other monster it might be. Of course, Garzett is exactly what you think it is. The other additional support card is plus Skull, changing the attack to defense position, target a face of dark attribute fiend with original attack of 0/0, or attack and defense of 0/0. It gains 1000 in piercing. That's gonna be your main piercing damage. You can apply that to Garzett, you can apply that to God Maju Garzett. Another idea of getting more tributes out for bigger damage is using Invasion plus Echo. Usually, last time I actually did this, I did Echo summon Garzett, surprisingly enough. But this time a little bit of the opposite, since I do want to power up God Maju. I am going to be summoning out Rebel Invasion as the summon target. Whoa! And if not that, you can also be summoning out plus Skull, Multilpy Skull. You can quite literally summon out any of these fiends, and they're all really good. We're playing 2 copies of Progressive, which is basically just back row hates Invasion, as you assume. Weirdly enough, I have activated his effect for game. Royal Rebels Elite Amp, add 1 level 5 or higher fiend with 0 or 2000 defense, which, adds back Garzett, adds back Maju Garzett, adds back Progressive, Invasion, basically your entire deck, and also Faceless. Yeah. Speaking of which, Faceless, a 1500 beater that summons itself, all fiends gain 300, is another way to get more attack points on field, get bigger bodies on field. 3 Cobalt, consistency, 3 Legend Magician, get Invasion into Grave, Legend Strike, you got Elite Amp, you got Legend Magician. You do also have Multilpy Skull. You have plus Skull. It's a general Reborn for the deck. 3 copies of King's Return, which is basically just reduce a monster's level at a level 7 or higher fiend with 0, which is either Garzett, Progressive. It's never going to be Invasion. You're primarily going to be adding back Garzett off this. Echo, you already heard what I say. Overrush Storm is just, I wanted to try some different backer removal this time. Just in case, Progressive isn't around. Also, I want to recycle cards. I have not activated this yet, so I cannot say if it's good or not. Monster Reborn setup. Sunset Rebirth. You don't really care that everything has 0 defense. You just want to give Garzett protection. If he doesn't kill that turn, bring this out. Garzett gets protection for the turn, and that's it. And Magic Cylinder, because I'm a horrible person. Anyway, guys, that's the profile. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of the video.